Hello folks, another quickie. I'm modifying some pistons, and these are of a Volvo. It's an old Volvo, not quite sure about the model, not a Volvo expert. So the job is to lower the deck of the piston so that this pull goes away, because the head's been modified, and I think the story was that the modifier didn't take in account that the pistons have this kind of a pull in it. So the compression ratio is now too low. And I think he also wants to drop the weight of the pistons. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna skim off 2.2 millimeters of the top. And I've done it to all the other pistons. And only one left. You can see the original measures here. So original was 64.7 and now it's 62.5, which is a 2.2 millimeter difference, which is like 50 thousandths of an inch, maybe a little bit more. And these are old and well-used pistons, but they're still gonna be used for some racing, so let's hope they last. Something that I'm actually pretty worried about. Look at the difference between the deck of the piston and the first groove. So it leaves very little thickness in here. So let's just hope that's enough. That's what the customer wants, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go set this up in the lathe. Okay, to start with, my lathe is extremely dirty, and that's something I hate. But I've been pushing cleaning because I've got a huge amount of work to do. And next week I'm gonna have a young assistant for me in the shop who's gonna do all the cleaning and some basic machine service work, lubricating and that kind of work. But even though some of my machines are dirty, they will not be harmed by it, because I'm always making sure that the ways are clean and well oiled. So you can see everywhere where the carriage contacts the ways, it's always clean there and also well oiled. Take a look at how much oil I got there. Not sure if you can see it. So I don't really care if a machine is dirty, as long as it doesn't harm the machine itself. You know, there's always, of course, another safety factor when you got a lot of chips, especially long chips like those in the area of the chuck. The chuck may grab them and throw them around, most probably at you. But I still got some room in here, so it should be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up. This have a small register in the downside, on the bottom side of the piston. And so let me show you. So this is where it's gonna register, and it's very accurate. So I'm gonna set it up like this, and at the same time that I tighten, I'm turning the piston and tightening little at a time, so that I can feel that it's mounting properly. So let me do that. Okay, the piston is now set up, and what I do first, I set the gearbox to neutral and turn the chuck a few times by hand. And this time I noticed that there is some run out, and this is the first of the 4 pistons that need adjustment after initial tightening. So let me do the setup again. Okay, I did some little cleaning with this kind of a abrasive, not quite sure what it's called. Actually, in my language it's called a bear's tongue. So there were some carbon deposits or burnt oil or something like that, and now it's turning very well. It's running very true. Okay, actually let's check the run out. it's exactly 10,000, I mean 10 hundredths of a millimeter, or 1/10 of a millimeter, which is exactly 4 thousandths of an inch. And I guess that's okay from a 3-jaw chuck, especially one that's this bad. This is a new chuck, almost unused, but it's very crappy. Okay, let's check the face as well. Okay, the face is really good. It's bumping around a little bit, again because of the burnt carbon crap, but it's got almost no runout at all. And when you think of runouts, sometimes they matter, sometimes they don't. And in this case, because I'm only skimming the face of the part, a radial runout does not matter. Well, it only matters when I put just a little bit of a 90-degree chamfer on the edge, but that's not critical. What is critical that the thickness of the piston is equal, and when I have zero runout, the thickness will be equal. So let's start turning. So how I do this, I have locked the carriage and switch on the spindle and use the compound. Take a touch, feed in a little bit, feed on. Feeding backwards. Half a millimeter at a time. The setup is so fragile that I really don't want to push anything. And the feed is 12.5 hundredths per revolution, which is it's about 5 thousandths of an inch per revolution. Now we're getting close. Let's see if we still get a contact in the middle. No, we don't. So this is the last half a millimeter. Okay, now let me measure the thickness. Okay, so we have about 15 hundredths of a millimeter to go. So we're gonna feed 15 hundredths in and do the final cut. Never clear the chips with your hands. I usually don't do that either, but because these are cast chips, they break off very easily, so there's no danger in my hand being pulled in. Okay, that's it. Carriage is opened, and let's check the thickness. So 62.5 is my target, and we're right there. Pretty good. So the last thing to do is to clear some chips first and then do a final little chamfer on the edge. So no one hurts his fingers on it. And the chips, by the way, as I told you, they're cast chips, so they will just crumble. So there shouldn't be any danger of pulling my hand in when clearing the chips. But I usually, as I told you, I usually don't do that. And I don't do that. So, just a little bit of a sample. Okay, and that's it. Okay, that's pretty good. And this job is now finished, and you may remember these go into the block that I have here, which is this one right here. And I'm gonna have to skim off that same amount from this block. But that's something for another video. Okay, so I hope you like this quick project video, and until next time.